Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you watched my video about why you need more sleep if you're a woman with autoimmune disease, then you already know why sleep is so important if you're struggling to manage your autoimmune symptoms. And if you missed it, then no worries, definitely go ahead and check it out after you watch this video. Today we're diving right into the next step, which is actually how to improve your sleep so that you can support your immune system, balance your hormones, and wake up feeling more refreshed. These tips are especially useful if you're dealing with an autoimmune disease, but honestly, everyone can benefit from this information. So let's jump right in with 5 science-backed tips to get better sleep, because better sleep will lead to fewer flare-ups, and that means a happier you. And who doesn't want that? So number 1 is for you to balance your blood sugar by making smart nutrition choices. Okay, so we know that what we eat impacts everything, and that includes sleep. Eating whole, nutrient-dense foods throughout the day can seriously improve your quality of sleep. And I'm talking about foods that are rich in protein, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates to help keep your blood sugar steady and balanced. And that's huge because blood sugar dips can actually wake you up in the middle of the night. So if you're dealing with autoimmune symptoms and you're also skimping on your nutrition, it's kind of a double whammy. So I want you to try incorporating foods like leafy greens, healthy fats like avocados and olive oil, high quality proteins like wild-caught fish, grass-fed meats. Just buy the best quality that you can afford. If you're able to buy in bulk from a local farmer, that's really your best option. And of course, you're going to want to avoid sugar and caffeine, especially later in the day. And this is because caffeine can actually stay in your system for up to 6 hours and totally mess up your ability to wind down at night. My second tip is for you to get some sunlight early on in the day. So let's talk about your circadian rhythm for a moment. Your circadian rhythm is your body's natural sleep and wake cycle. And guess what? It's directly influenced by light exposure. So getting outside in the morning, even for 10 or 15 minutes, can actually help to reset your circadian rhythm, boost your mood, and make it easier for your body to know when it's time to go to bed. So it's a game changer. You really should try to do this. If you're stuck inside all day, your brain doesn't really get the it's daytime message, which can mess with your melatonin production. And melatonin, I'm sure you've heard of melatonin, it's the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. So get out there, soak up some morning rays, and you're going to notice that it's easier for you to fall asleep at night. My third tip is for you to ditch screens before bedtime. We've all been there, no judgment. I've been there too many times. You know, you're scrolling on Facebook late at night or Instagram, or you're binge watching Netflix late into the night. But here's the deal. That blue light from your phone or from your TV or your laptop isn't really doing you any favors in helping you get better sleep. And this is because blue light actually suppresses melatonin, making it harder for you to actually fall asleep. And studies have shown us that cutting off screen time at least 1 hour before bed can help you to significantly improve your sleep quality. So I think it's definitely worth it if it's just 1 hour. I know it's hard, but try replacing that screen time with something that's relaxing, like reading or journaling, or even listening to a podcast. I personally like to wind down by listening to Audible. I listen to books on Audible, and it helps me to fall asleep and just relax in the evening. And here's a bonus tip. If you really need to use your phone, switch it into night mode because that will reduce the blue light exposure. Number 4, create a sleep-friendly environment. Your bedroom should be like your sleep sanctuary. Okay, it doesn't have to be that perfect, but here are a few ways that you can optimize it for better rest. So first, you want to cool it down. You want to aim for a room temperature that's between 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit. And this is because studies show that a cooler room actually helps your body to stay asleep longer, so you're not going to be waking up throughout the night. You also want to block out light, and that's kind of something that seems obvious, but you want to consider maybe even getting a blackout curtain just to minimize any outside light, especially if you live in an urban area with street lights. Just that little bit of light coming in through your windows can really mess with your sleep. And this is because darkness is what cues your brain to release melatonin and signals to your body that it's time to sleep. Another important thing to do, which may seem obvious too, is to reduce noise. And that's not always easy, especially when we have kids, when we live maybe in a city where you can't help the noise. So white noise machines or fans can help to block out disruptive sounds, especially if you're, like I said, if you're living in a noisy environment. And my fifth and final tip to help you to improve your sleep quality is to work on calming your mind and your body before bed. Stress is one of the biggest culprits behind poor sleep, and it's something that most women with autoimmune disease are dealing with because we have stressful lives. We might have families, we have jobs, we have a lot going on. And when we go to bed feeling stressed with a lot going on in our brains, that can lead to high cortisol levels. And cortisol is the stress hormone, right? And it can make it nearly impossible for you to wind down because you have so many things just going on in your head. You're like, what about this? And I have to do this, and what's going on tomorrow? So we need to actively work on calming our nervous system down before we go to bed. And this can be a process, but it doesn't have to be complicated. So here are a few easy ways that you can do this. Practicing mindfulness or prayer, so even about 5 to 10 minutes of doing this can help you to lower your stress and clear your mind before you go to bed. You can use apps like Calm or Headspace, and I really love these apps because they have guided relaxation sessions, they have deep breathing sessions, and they can really help you to kind of ratchet it down a little bit. Journaling is another one that can also be helpful. I know this sounds simple, but writing down whatever's on your mind before you go to bed, I actually like to call this doing a brain dump. I do this with my clients sometimes. It can really help to quiet down the mental chatter that's going on in your head. Herbal tea is something else that can be really soothing and calming. I would recommend something like chamomile or lavender or passion flower. Passion flower is a good one. About 30 to 45 minutes before bed to really help your body relax. And here's a bonus tip. You really want to stick to a consistent sleep schedule. And that's because going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, yes, even on weekends, is one of the best things that you can do to improve your sleep quality. And that's because it helps to regulate your circadian rhythm, which we've already talked about, and makes it easier for us to fall asleep and wake up naturally. So that means without an alarm clock. Wouldn't that be nice? If you're consistently going to bed late and sleeping in on the weekends, then it might be time for you to dial it back a little and get onto a regular sleep schedule. I really hope that these tips help you to improve your sleep and in turn help you to reduce those autoimmune flare-ups. Autoimmune diseases can be so tough to manage, but honestly, sleep is one of those areas where a few small changes can make a huge difference. So I encourage you to give these tips that I mentioned a try. And if you found this to be helpful, go ahead and hit the like button and share it with anyone you know who could use better sleep too. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's been your biggest struggle when it comes to sleep? Have you tried any of these tips before? And have they worked for you? Just let me know. Leave me a message in the comments below. And if you're looking for more personalized help with your managing your autoimmune symptoms, I'd love for you to go ahead and book a free Autoimmune Insight Session with me. During this session, we're going to chat about what's going on with your health and come up with a plan to help you get the sleep and the relief that you need. Just go into the description box and click on the link below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss upcoming videos.